You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
All right, our air quality overall has gotten a little bit better, but you see in the vicinity of the fires, okay, hazardous air. But remember, green is yellow, second level, moderate air, and we're seeing a little bit of repair overall with some of that moisture helping with it. What does that moisture do? Sometimes it can make the more humid feel, but moisture clinging to some of the heavier, bigger particles, particulate matter, that can allow for them to fall out of the sky. It's kind of a mixed bag, but overall our air looks a little better, but right in the vicinity of the fires, yes, that could be some hazardous air. Areas of smoke, slight cool down midweek, winds pick up slightly, it'll be a little breezy this week, but when breezes come from the south, not horrible because it's bringing more moisture our way. The more moisture in the environment, the more difficult it is for fires to do their thing, and that is spread and get out of control quite rapidly. Here's a look overnight. Falling now into the low to mid 60s. We were staying put mid 70s for several days. Up there in the higher elevations of Bernie, 59. Chester dropping to 56. That's nice, comfortable, cool air. Here's what we have, though, for tomorrow. Okay, I know I keep saying, oh, cooler but hot. It's still hot. We're just not looking at 106 and 105. Valley going to be a little cooler. Some of the higher elevations are holding on to some of those 90-degree temperatures. So really, just about everywhere you go in Northern California, still on the hot side, just we're about 7 to 12 degrees cooler overall compared to our last little mini heat wave. Here's what we're dealing with. High pressure is in control. We got a few pockets here of low pressure. We have a little bit of a push from the jet stream pushing down. That weakens the high, thus that'll allow that'll allow the delta breeze to push some air our way once again out of the south. That helps to cool down our atmosphere. It also adds the moisture to the environment. But really, as we head through the week, we're not going to see a significant strengthening of the high pressure. We're going to continue to see that push from the north, keeping them a little weakened. And with that in mind, that'll keep our temperatures on the cooler side pretty much the rest of the way. Let's take a look at that right here now on the graphics. Here is what we have. So remember, we were seeing all last week, 101, 105, 106. Well, now we're staying closer to average, and that's about 95, 96. That's pretty much where we're staying. But later next week, look what happens. Topping out maybe in the upper 80s or even the lower 90s, and those overnight temperatures coming down as well, dropping down into the mid 60s for the valley for that matter. So still hot, but a little cooler than what we saw just a few days ago.
Thanks, Howie.